Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and I'm back with another mailbag package. As you can see with the yellow tape, I have made another eBay purchase. This time around, it's a purchase that I don't usually make, but after I unbox it, I'll explain a little bit of why I made the purchase. So give me a moment to get into this box. Okay, at first glance, it looks like it's going to be a Kaladesh Bundle. I started playing Magic the Gathering back when Dark Ascension was released. After I'd been playing for a while, I decided that I wanted to have a fat pack or bundle from every set since I started playing Magic the Gathering. Well, by the time I made that decision, Innistrad, Dark Ascension, Avacyn Restored, those are relatively expensive bundles to pick up. So I decided I would at least begin with the first full block, expansion-wise, since I started playing, which is Return to Ravnica. Through the channel, I've opened a whole bunch of fat packs and bundles, and I'm down to two left. One is Eldritch Moon, and the other is Kaladesh. Well, the prices for Kaladesh, booster boxes, packs, bundles has just gone through the roof. And I'm not going to pay $100 for an unopened Kaladesh bundle. This caught my eye on eBay. It is a Kaladesh bundle that's already been opened, and pretty much all the packaging is intact. So I thought, I might as well pick it up. Plus, the seller was offering another kind of cool surprise, and I'll show that here in just a second. You might be able to hear it as I move it back and around. There's some cards in there, which who knows what the condition of those cards are going to be. Probably damaged, but we'll check it out. All right, spin it around here. Okay, take a look at the contents. Of course, oh, there's something in there. It includes this useless part of the bundle. I'm not sure what would be in here. So I'm going to take a look. It looks like it's just going to be some ad cards. Oh, how I love ad cards. So nothing really awesome there. Oh, I was wrong. It's a bunch of tokens from Kaladesh. Some Amonkhet tokens. Okay, that's interesting. Battle for Zendikar. Ad cards. Oh, nice. A Nissa emblem. I have one copy of this Nissa Planeswalker from Kaladesh. I've been wanting to pick up the emblem. That's cool. And then the Ethereum cell that comes with Tezzeret. I think that was in Aether Revolt. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. So that's kind of a pleasant surprise. Came with a booklet, which is something I really wanted. If I was going to get an open bundle, I wanted to get the booklet. And then the outside packaging doesn't look too bad. Let's see if I can get it opened without tearing it. Ah, it's tearing. Dang it. Should have went from this side. But there you go. Kaladesh. Cool art of Saheeli Rai. Oh well. It's not too bad. Okay, and then the player's guide. I wish Magic would start putting these back into the bundles. The top 10 coolest cards. Chandra, Torch of Defiance. That was really hot. Sky Sovereign never took off. Smuggler's Copter was the big vehicle from the set. Saheeli Rai, decent Planeswalker. Dynavolt Tower. I tried to make that card work so many times. Just couldn't do it. Noxious Gearhulk. I think the Torrential Gearhulk is the most powerful, but Noxious Gearhulk was fun. Dovin Ban, I actually have a couple of copies of that. I love Blue-White Control. Angel of Invention. Saw some play during its time, especially with the Fabricate. The Enemy Fastlands were printed in Kaladesh. Voltaic, Brawler, never really made much as a powerful uncommon. Panharmonicon, still one of the more valuable rares in the set. Look through some of the other pages here. Description of Kaladesh. Everything about Aether. I know Wizards wants to call it Ether, but I'm going to call it Aether. A little bit about vehicles. Inventors. The two Planeswalkers, Saheeli Rai and Dovin Bond. Nissa and Chandra were Planeswalkers as well. And then the Story Spotlight cards, which gave a little bit of background of the story on the cards. And then the card encyclopedia. Absolutely one of my favorite things in the player's guide. To just kind of get a visual look at each of the cards in the set. Like I said before, I really wish Wizards would bring this back. I think this is a key component to bundles, fat packs, whatever you want to call them. And the vehicles. Powerful in their time. Wizards didn't do a good job of balancing them, and they were easy to crew, and they had some powerful abilities. All right, move these out of the way. The listing gave a little bit of a view of some of the cards, and there were a couple of cards that caught my eye. The bundle box is in pretty good condition, so I'm happy about that. It will go right into the collection. It's missing the spin down die. Not a big deal in my opinion. I actually have a spin down die from the pre-release, so that works out. This is kind of interesting. I don't remember this being part of the bundle. It may have been part of it, but I don't think so. Let's take a look at these cards, see if there's anything of value in them. I'm hoping that the two cards that I saw as part of the pictures in the listing are in here. One has a little bit of value, the other one doesn't have much in the way of value, but it's a card that I've always wanted to have another copy. So, got some Kaladesh lands. The cards don't look too beat up. The seller didn't have anything magic-wise, sports cards-wise. It was all clothing and other things. So I think it was either given to the seller or they picked it up in some sort of a weird lot. All right, there is a foil island. It's pretty cool. Some commons. Oval Chase Daredevil is an uncommon with a little bit of value. Maybe 50 cents. It spiked a little bit when Neon Dynasty was spoiled. In fact, let me see. How much is it right now? It is a 22-cent uncommon. So, like I said, it had some value and then it's dropped off. Bunch of just Kaladesh commons. Hopefully the buyer didn't remove those two rares that were part of the listing photo. This set was a lot of fun to play in the pre-release. There's a rare. Not a really great rare. Dubious Challenge. It's a challenge to make it work. It's a 10-cent rare, so I don't think anyone's really made it work just yet. Impero Voyager was a pretty fun card in Limited. Oh, looky there. Aetherworks Marvel, a mythic. I wonder if the person just opened these packs, threw them back into the bundle, and then forgot about it. At one time, Aetherworks Marvel was something special. Now it's about $1.32. I hated playing the Marvel decks. They were so hard to beat, especially when they were cheating out Emrakul and some of the bigger Eldrazi. Captured by the Consulate, and not a very valuable rare. See if I can get it to read it. 11 cents. Some Amonkhet cards. Very interesting. Full art Amonkhet lands. They might have value one day. Tune with Aether, strong common back in the day. Syndicate Trafficker, I've always been looking to get like a playset of this card. I want to do an Aetherborn deck. I don't think it will do much because there's not much in the way of support. 11-cent rare, so I think it'd be fun. Dawkin, Blade Master, Glimmer of Genius. Authority of the Consuls, this is a valuable card. I want to say maybe $6. $7.73. So that's a nice surprise. Like I said, I don't think the seller knew anything about Magic, and I don't think they went through it and took anything out. They just listed it, and the only cards rare-wise that had value that we're showing, I haven't seen them yet. I didn't think were really valuable cards. They were just cards I was interested in. And so any cards that I can get that have some value, I'm happy with. Aether Hub, strong land back in the day. I don't think it has much in the way of value. It is 14 cents. Which is sad because back in the day, it was around a $2 uncommon. Fumigate. This is a card that I really like. I'm glad to pick up another copy of it. It's $1.56. I don't purchase a lot of rares in play sets. I've shown some of them off in previous mailbag videos. It's basically whatever I can get, and so anytime I can get an extra copy or two of a card that I have, I'm excited about it. And these cards, I was a little worried because when the package handed to me from the post office worker, it was shaking around, and so I thought the cards are just going to be all damaged. But they're appearing to be just fine. Anything I can get in this is a fortuitous find. Noxious Gearhulk. One of the 10 coolest cards. I've been wanting to have a copy of it. So that's about a $5-6 mythic, I think, now. Nah, what was I thinking? That's like a $2 mythic. It gets Torrential Gearhulk that's got the value. Maybe there'll be a Torrential Gearhulk in here. Marionette Master. I had a ton of fun with this card in Draft. It's only 36 cents. Another Oval Chase Daredevil. Some lands coming up. Some Amonkhet lands. Just about done. Go through another group of lands. Oh. Special Magic 17 Sarah Angel. Grook's Horde. I don't know how much value these have. 19 cents for the Grook's Horde. Shivan Dragon, iconic creature. I've never had a copy of it. Always wanted a copy. Now I've got one. 20 cents. I think these welcome deck rares aren't going to be very much. Nightmare is 11 cents. Sphinx of Magosi is 9 cents. And Victory's Herald. Let's get that up there so it will scan. 13 cents. So nothing much. The Trials, I really like those in Amonkhet. Stoneforge Masterwork. This is a great card. I have it in, I think, in Elf deck. Cheap to play, cheap to equip, got tons of elves. Can get out of control pretty quick. It's about a $2 rare. Some Elf of the Gatewatch cards in here. Wouldn't it be cool to get like one of the Eldrazi? Not one of those Eldrazi, one of the very valuable Eldrazi. Okay, getting down to the end of it. Still haven't seen those 2 rares that were part of the eBay listing. And Secret Salvage was not one of them. I don't think this one has much in the way of value. 23 cents. Cut to Ribbons. I have a playset of that in a Rakdos deck. It's a 50-cent rare. There's an uncommon. I don't know if this still has some value to it. At one time it did, when cycling decks were pretty huge. Nope. It's tumbled down to 19 cents. Foil Gravedigger. There's one of them. Okay, this is what made me think I'm going to take a chance on this. So it showed this mythic, and at that point I was in my mind thinking the seller doesn't know too much about Magic the Gathering. They're just going to sell the bundle as is to include, you know, an $8 mythic. Lord of the Accursed. At one time had some value. That's about 92 cents. These are all TCG player market pricing. Okay, there's only one other rare. It's not a big one. Oh, Plague Belcher. That had a price spike. Now it's about $3.75. Cast Out. I wanted to pick up another Cast Out. I only have 3 of them. And I just never got around to getting a 4th one for a playset. Well, I don't need to worry about it now. Okay, coming down right to the very end. There it is. The final rare in the pack is Glyph Keeper. Not a card that has a ton of value. It's only 11 cents. But I play a blue-white Sphinx control deck where I have very few creatures and a lot of cycling spells. And Glyph Keeper is one of the very few creatures. It's hard to get rid of. The first time that it's a target of a spell and or ability, it's countered. If my opponent's able to cast 2 spells and get rid of it, I can embalm it and it's back on the battlefield with the same ability that the first time it's targeted, that ability or spell is countered. So it essentially takes 4 spells out of my opponent's hand to get rid of the original creature and then the embalmed creature. A 5/3 flyer. If you can't deal with it in 4 or 5 turns, I've won the game. So I think this was a pretty good pickup. I spent just a little under $20. I know that may have been a little bit of a higher price to pay since I really was only trying to get the box, the outer art, the player's guide for, you know, just collection. But I saw the Glyph Keeper and Ronus in the pile, and I thought, well, maybe there's a chance that there'll be other rares and maybe some mythics. And when it was all said and done, in that box there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I don't know if those should really count the welcome decks. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You take out the welcome decks, 14 other rares or mythics. Just those cards alone have a TCG player market value of $30. So, I mean, it's not something that I made a ton of money off of, but it helped cover the price of the purchase. And so I essentially got my box, outer art, and player's guide for free. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, Please like, subscribe, and share. Until next time when I'm back to crack another mailbag package.